Happening at Walton Art Center, A Beautiful Noise, the Neil Diamond musical takes the stage. We've got two cast members joining us to talk all about bringing this musical to life. Hannah and Tiffany, thanks so much for being here. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks so much for having us.
Of course. Hannah, let's start with you. What is it like stepping into the role of Marcia? Is that who you play?
Marcia Murphy.
Yeah, tell us.
So first of all, it's a dream come true, just stepping into Robin Herter and Amber Ardolino's shoes, who played this role on Broadway. But I play Marcia Murphy, who is Neil Diamond's second wife. He is currently married now to Katie Diamond. So I play his second wife. And she works at the bitter end, and she's like witty and sharp, says it like it is. And she meets Neil Diamond, and he really comes in with all these clouds. We call them clouds in the show, you know, limited beliefs about themselves, negative thoughts. He's just, you know, really down.
Okay.
And she sees this gift in him, and she plays this huge pivotal part in his life and his success because she sees that gift, and she's like, I'm pushing you to believe in yourself.
Oh, I like that.
So
positive influence.
Yeah, there's a lot of women behind his success.
Yeah.
In this show.
Well, speaking of, okay, so your character is Jay. What can you tell us about her?
Yes, Jay is Neil's first wife. So this is his childhood sweetheart that was really with him at that origin story moment of going from this songwriter who was just writing songs behind the scenes, not in front of the microphone, giving them to other artists, songs like Red Red Wine or I'm a Believer to the Monkees and all of these hits that we know and love, and was encouraging and supporting this dream as it was taking off. And I think we see really a picture of this full life with all of its ups and downs, but we also see that when you're pursuing a dream, whether that's in the music business or in theater like we do, you need people that support you. And I think we get a really beautiful picture of these different women that supported him, as well as Ellie Greenwich, a huge music icon who was a big influence on him, is in our show as well.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
Maybe one of you could speak to how this show compares to some other shows that you've been involved in touring around.
I would say that this show first has just meant a lot to me because I grew up listening to Neil Diamond's music. My dad loved, and still does, Neil Diamond. And I would say that this show, for me, is different because this show is relatable, and it's electric, and it's inspiring, and it's moving. And you can find yourself in somebody on that stage, whether you're 9 or 99. You can watch this show and find yourself. And one of the things that's different for me is Neil Diamond, I always like to say this, but he could have had a multi-series, a mini-series, an autobiography, a biography to tell his story, but he chose a musical. And when you see the show, you're going to understand why.
Yeah.
And it's because it feels like a real-life concert. You feel like you're on tour with Neil Diamond himself, and it's just the audience is, I've never had this where they break the fourth wall so much. They're singing, I'm stepping out in Forever in Blue Jeans, and they're like, oh my God, money talks. Like, they know the songs, they're singing, they're clapping, they're dancing, they're crying. It's just one of those shows that's really, really, really special.
Yeah, fun.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. What do you hope audiences take away, maybe, when they see the show?
Oh my gosh, I think there's so many different things. As Hannah was saying, you come and you expect the big concert. You expect the stadium show with the dancing and the singing and the lights and the band, and that's all there, and that's wonderful. Yeah. But there's also this play that is happening. We tell the story through this framing device of Neil Diamond now with his therapist, looking back at his life and all of these memories and all of these songs that he was writing and what they meant to him emotionally. And you get a story of a full life. It really is a musical memoir.
Yeah.
And I think it's about looking back and taking it all in and choosing that is enough and that is wonderful. And I think there's so much meaning in it for our audiences who sit there and they're ready to party, and then they're kind of taken aback by how beautiful the story really is.
Well, you can snag your tickets right now, waltonartcenter.org. Also, just handed this note that tomorrow there might be some special tickets going on sale, some rush tickets, discounted tickets for the weekend. So you got to stay tuned about all of that. Cocktail classes as well. Ladies, thank you so much for joining us.
It's going to be
for
so
being
good,
here.
so good, so good.